Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Rishani Bhargav, volunteer of AFRS, and today my topic is types of forgery. Today we will discuss about introduction of forgery, then types of forgery, simulated forgery, forgery by impersonation, traced forgery, forgery by memory, blind forgery, disguised forgery, forgery by transplantation, and some other categories of forgery. So let's start. Firstly, we'll discuss what is forgery. Forgery is a process of making false documents, means the documents which are not legal but making it a legal document. That is defrauding with someone. So, according to section 463 of IPC 1860, the definition of forgery is whoever makes any false documents or false electronic record or part of a document or electronic report with intent to cause damage or injury to the public or to any person or to support any claim or title or to cause any person to part with property or to enter into the express or implied contract or with intent to commit fraud, that fraud may be commits forgery. Now we will discuss about types of forgery. There are 7 main types of forgeries, that are freehand, simulated or copied forgery, forgery by impersonation, traced forgery, forgery by memory, blind forgery, disguised forgery, and forgery by transplantation. There are some other types of forgeries. Actually, forgeries are of many types. So, I have mentioned some, which are holographic document forgery, security document forgery, build up document forgery, prescription forgery, counterfeiting, and philatelic forgery. So, here we will discuss these forgeries one by one. Firstly, we'll take the simulated or freehand or copied forgery. As you can see in picture, here the forger selects a model signature or writing and continuously tries to copy the design of broad features, individual characteristics and letters depending upon his or her skills, practice and competency of the particular signature or handwriting. Now, the second one, that is forgery by impersonation. In this type of forgery, the forger do not know the other person's exact signature or writing, but he or she is writing in a modified manner by his or her own ability and imagination, representing him or herself as that person. The forger may just write name and signature of other person in his or her writing without even knowing the style of the particular person's writing. As you can see in the picture, there are two signatures. One signature is genuine and the other is the question signature. The question signature is forged, as the person may not know that the exact signature of the genuine person, is like the suspect one. The third type of forgery is traced forgery. In this type of forgery, the forger takes a model signature or writing and, with the help of some instruments or methods, traces the outlines of the genuine model and tries to make the exact copy of it, but the tracer can't do that. The examiner marks it as forged. Some of the instruments I have mentioned below, and in the next slides you can also see it. The first instrument used in old times, that is carbon paper. Second is the trace paper or the butter paper. Third is the transmitted light, which is mostly used these days. Then the next is polythene sheet or thin layer plastic. In the next slide you can see that first one is using carbon paper. The examiner marks it as forged by seeing some pixels of the carbon paper traced on the main paper, which is forged. In the next one you can see it is by using plastic paper or a polythene sheet. It is scientific that Everyone has an individual character that cannot be copied. In trace forgery, the forger is is considered as victim as he or she makes some differences that the individual characters are not. In the next slide, you can see it's a trace forgery by transmitted light. You can see that in question 1, the signature have some differences from the suspected or the genuine one. By seeing it, the examiner clicks that the forger is there and the forgery has been done. The next type of forgery is forgery by memory. In this type of forgery, the forger makes signature of a person by his or her own memory without having its model in front of him, but he or she has seen it before in the past. It depends totally on the memory of forger and how he reproduces the letters. It is the oldest form of forgery and can be detected easily. It can be detected easily because it do not have individual characters of the genuine writer. In the picture, you can see that Q1 and S1 are different. The individual characters are different, but they look similar. The next is blind forgery. In this type of forgery, the forger does not have any model or any identity or even don't know that person and do not have seen any signature or writing, but he or she tries to make the copy of that signature or writing in particular unknown person. It is a high risk to detect this type of forgery. This forgery is mainly usually seen in the bank statements and loan documents. The next type of forgery is disguised forgery. In this type of forgery, the person is himself a forger. He or she tries to deny the signature or writer of himself or herself in future. This type of forgery is usually seen in the bank checks or any document in which he or she wanted to deny it in future. As you can see in this picture, the both signatures are done by the genuine person and it do not have any individual characters, but the signatures look like different. The next type of forgery is forgery by transplantation. In this type of forgery, the forger takes a genuine document, cuts a signature from that, and pastes it to the another document to which it should be forged. And he or she makes it Xerox and hides the original document. This type of forgery is mainly seen in money transaction documents or in revenue stamps pasted in a document. As you can see in the picture, there is a letter. In this letter, the signature is forged. The piece of paper is taken from another document and pasted here. In this case, it can be possible that the letter any other person has written, but the signature is genuine. The seventh and last main type of forgery is disguised forgery. In this type of forgery, the person himself or herself is a forger. He or she writes or signs in a different way with an intention to deny it in future. This is mainly seen in bank checks where the person is not an intention to pay the other person. This also can be seen in property documents or other type of documents. Now we come on other categories of forgery. As I told earlier that forgery is of many types, but here I have put some. These types of forgery are: first, we'll describe about holographic forgery. In holographic forgery, the full document is written and signed by a genuine person. But anyone comes and tries to alter it. It usually is seen in the legal documents. Means, just like we take an example, on a check we have written 10,000, but someone comes and puts the extra zeros. Or on a property document, someone comes and puts extra amount in that particular matter. So that legal document converts into forged document. This is holographic forgery. The next form is security document forgery. In this type of forgery, the documents which are used for security of the particular company or the government, if someone comes and attempts the alteration of the security documents or to theft or to sell that documents illegally, so he or she is doing the security document forgery. Next type of forgery I have mentioned here is built-up document forgery. In this type of forgery, the signature of the person is genuine, but the body of that particular document is fraud. That means a forger takes a signature of the particular person on a blank page or on any other paper and writes the different body. That means the signature is genuine, but the body is fraud. The next is prescription forgery. This forgery is mainly done with doctor's prescription. What the people do is they make the fake reports or they change the doctor's prescriptions, they change the dates and uses that particular prescription. The medicals which are given in the colleges or schools or in other companies or communities, they are also made fake. These forgery which are done with the doctor's prescriptions or any other medical prescriptions is come under prescription forgery. The next is counterfeiting forgery. In this type of forgery, the people do the fake thing of forgery with notes and coins. Usually what the people do is they try to make fake notes or fake coins and supply them in the market. It is done with currency within the country or out of the country. The next is philatelic forgery. This forgery is done when a company or a fake company makes fake labels or make fake stamps and put the fake labels on the genuine material, or the different postage stamps are made fake. This fake work is known as philatelic forgery. This is done to produce the defraud. So now we came to a conclusion that forgery means the fraud done with the documents or legal documents, or it may include the alteration with the documents or the personal identities of people. It is mainly of 7 types and many other types. These forgeries can be done with the currency, bank's legal documents, property documents, notes, checks, personal identities, credit cards, arts that are made by artists, contracts, and many more. Here are my references. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.